So, in this segment, we're going to be talking about how Brexit leaves EU bound Christmas presents out in the cold. So, essentially, what this article is about is gifts being sent from GB to EU member states being hit with tariffs and not tariffs. What am I talking about? Getting hit with customs fees and VAT, which is a nightmare if you're sending gifts. And it's one of the things that makes me reluctant to buy certain things off eBay and Amazon if they're eBay predominantly if they're coming from abroad. So people preparing to send Christmas parcels to family members and friends in Europe face being caught out by post-Brexit red tape and charges that threaten to take some of the joy out of gift giving. A warning has also been sounded that some of those who have sent gifts to the EU this year have encountered problems ranging from delays and unexpected charges to items going missing. So that can happen. I think I've lost a couple of things in shipping, to be honest. But I'll get to the customs fees in a moment because that's pain. Those are so annoying. This will be the first time most people have encountered rules that came in this year relating to VAT and customs charges applying to items being posted to the EU. So the key issue is that I think sometimes you pay the fees up front. So when you send the item, then you'll be charged customs fees potentially, but generally I think it's the person receiving the item that has to pay it, which is a pain if you're sending someone like a book or people who buy other people's books suck. But if you're buying some sort of gift to someone and they're getting hit with a customs fee, that's really annoying, because I think the customs agent hold on. Not customs people, they hold on to the gift until you've actually paid them, which is even more of a nightmare. The consumer organisation Which told The Observer that its research indicates the vast majority of people know little or nothing about the new rules. Well, they're not really new, we're a third country. So once again, these aren't really new, are they? The changes, it's just because of Christmas we're finding this stuff out. The changes brought about by Brexit have created a greater burden of customs paperwork for consumers and couriers alike, which I can imagine for couriers is a nightmare, said Adam French, Which consumer rights expert. You now have to attach customs declarations forms to anything you send, very clearly describing what it is and where it has originated from. Something most people wouldn't be used to. You just go to the post office, you've got the address, you've got the right stamps and stuff, and that's it. But now you're going to have to fill out more paperwork and at more expense. And if you don't do it right, your stuff can get sent back. As part of the raft of Brexit changes that came in on January 1st this year, the EU now treats postal items from the UK as it did non-EU items before, so third country items essentially. Further changes relating to VAT took effect on the 1st of July this year. As a result, customs forms are now mandatory for all gifts and goods sent to a country outside the UK, except when sending items from Northern Ireland to the EU because they are in the EU single market for goods. In some cases, the recipient may have to pay customs. This is the bit where I got really confused in the wording they use, so try and bear with me here. If anyone in the comments can add some clarity, I'd really appreciate it, because I've read this paragraph 4 or 5 times. I'm thinking, what are you talking about? So in some cases, the recipient may have to pay the customs or VAT charges and a handling fee before they can claim the parcel. Okay, that makes sense. While general items imported to the EU with a value of €22, £18 or less are no longer exempt from VAT. The good news for UK consumers and for those receiving presents from them is that gifts under €45 that are being sent to Europe remain free of VAT or charges. So I'm assuming they're talking about goods still being sent from the UK to the EU. If they cost less than €45, they remain free of VAT or charges. It just seems like a customs fee. While general items imported to the EU with a value of £18 or less are now no longer exempt from VAT. The good news is, if it's under £38, you won't have to pay VAT. I think that's what it means. I think they were better off saying goods exported from GB to the EU would have been better. But again, I'm not very good at writing, so I probably would have confused people more. But I think you can get what I'm saying. Basically, if the gift you're sending is less than £38, I think you should be okay from VAT, but there may still be customs charges because there's still a handling fee. According to the parcel firm DPD, a gift is an item given by one individual to another where no payment is exchanged, which makes sense. But obviously some people, like eBay sellers and things like that, might try and slip under the radar and say, this is a gift, bro, no money was exchanged here. Goods brought from a website such as Amazon or eBay and marked as a gift would not be classified as a gift under new regulations. So they are, I think, trying to clamp down on this stuff, because I think Chinese sellers are quite notorious for this, I think. The post office said people needed to make sure the gift box was ticked in the content section of the customs form. It added, for gifts over €45, any charges will be collected from the recipient on delivery as normal. So you can imagine, if you're trying to trying to send someone something, some things it's very hard to value. But you might just try and sneak it under the €45 mark. Just say, yeah, it's under €45, and that might cause further problems for you. With so many new regulations, again, are these really new? Not really. It's perhaps not surprising that when Which recently surveyed some of its members, it found that 51% of those quizzed who were planning to send a gift to someone in the EU said they did not know anything about the rules. That doesn't surprise me at all, because no one talks about this stuff, not really. And almost as many, again, 48%, felt they knew only a little, because none of this stuff was explained. We were told, we've got a free trade deal. Free trade, which means, like, why am I paying fees? People don't know about this stuff. Unless you work in business in exporting, you're not going to know about a lot of this stuff. Incredibly, only one respondent to our survey told us they feel confident in their knowledge. I mean, either that person works in exports or they're gassing. They're full of hot air. But we keep going on. In early September, Joanna Harry sent 6 packages from her home in South Wales to her property in Andalusia in southern Spain. She booked the delivery with Parcel Force using the broker website Parcel Hero, which I never knew people use delivery brokers or a broker website for parcels. A bit weird. 1 package was returned to her a week after posting, but the 5 remaining were at the time of writing being held at Spanish customs, because things have to be processed. It takes time, especially since because of COVID, and I don't know how much staff Spanish customs would have in dealing with this stuff. I've telephoned customs numerous times, but I've been hung up on due to the language barriers. Again, that's not the Spanish customs people's fault. Like, you can't blame them for not knowing English. And most of my emails, both in Spanish and English, are getting no response as well. If you're sending emails in a decent level of Spanish, that is an issue. Parcel Hero also avoided responsibility, saying, I need to speak to Parcel Force. She added, I paid more than £100 for this so-called service. I mean, £100 to send 6 boxes, that's crazy. My boxes contain some items of sentimental value, and I've been failed by couriers I trusted. I mean, this is probably... It's difficult, I think, for Parcel Hero and Parcel Force, because if it's stuck in customs, there's not much they can do about it. A Parcel Hero spokesperson said, our customer services team is working to return all the parcels to the UK. It has subsequently given Harry £25 in credit, but again, if you're sending them all back to the UK, this person's going to have to pay again, potentially, to get them sent back to Spain. So this is just wild. The Spanish postal service ADT Post Ales? No, that's a post... No, it must be a Spanish word there. Advises that the delivery of shipments containing goods from the UK, apart from Northern Ireland, will need to be presented to Spanish customs for clearance. And I'd imagine Spanish customs are very busy right now because of this time of year. ADT Post Sales confirmed that Harry's 5 remaining parcels were now in the process of being returned to her UK address. So she has to go through this whole thing again, because we're out of the EU single market, the EU's single market for goods, and out of the customs union. This is a huge problem for people, because even if your gifts go through, okay, they're under the €45 limit, I think you'll still get hit with a customs fee. That's a problem. I brought some stuff from Japan, some artwork, and I got hit with, I think I paid £45 for the artwork, and then I had to pay £15 in a customs fee. And I think this is when we had a free trade deal with Japan. So I've had very minimal experience with this. So most people are going to assume a free trade deal means there won't be things like customs fees and things like that, but there are customs fees and VAT. So if you are planning on sending gifts to someone in an EU member state, you're probably better off sending cash, in all honesty, or something else, because this is not going to work. Honestly, it's probably cheaper for you to give cash and get them to buy the thing that they want, or do a voucher or something, because this not great. This is what happens when you're outside of the single market and the customs union. You're in for a rough day. Bad day in the office, and I feel bad for people who typically do this, especially when certain gifts are, handmade. How do you value a handmade gift? Do you factor in the parts costs and then the labor as well? I don't know, but that's difficult. I've got like a custom piece. It's like the Japanese wave art piece with the Hyrule hero himself, Link, and it costs £20. But say you made this sort of thing as a gift for someone, an artisan gift, right? How do you put monetary value on that? What do you say it costs? And that's the difficulty I think a lot of people are going to run into. But anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.